Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Perfectly Imperfect. I'm Luke from Four Paws, and if you enjoy talking about anything dog, then hit the subscribe button down below, and don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you find this video helpful. But for now, let's talk about recall. So recall can actually be a kind of hit and miss when it comes to training, especially if you're not too sure on what to look for or what you are actually doing to communicate with your dog. Now, we've all seen lots and lots of footage and videos and content on YouTube, and we've kind of gone through the motions, but we're not really thinking about what is this actually saying. Should I be going through the motions, or should I actually be in tuning with the method itself? Now, I actually use a 5-stage recall method, which to this day has proven to give me 99% perfect recall within 5 days of training. I'll explain more about the method that I use later on in the video, but for now, let's just actually talk about why recall can sometimes fail, what it is we're actually up against, or what we're looking for, or what we're trying to change while we're training. 2 examples that are very generalized but may help you have a better understanding why recall can be so challenging. Now, first example, ladies, when you go to the mall, when you go shopping, do you just go into one shop, have one look around, and then go straight home again? No, chances are you bounce around, or you beeline from multiple shops, and you're kind of, oh, shiny, oh, clothes, oh, makeup, and so on like that. Now imagine that same sort of feeling that you're going through for a dog on a field, or for a dog going towards multiple dogs. Men, when you're buying your car, or when you go car shopping, do you just buy the first car you see or find? Or are you beelining for multiple cars, learning multiple things about all of them, kicking the tire on every single car, because that's something we do apparently, before making your final decision and then going home? Now, I know the examples I've used do not count for every single woman alive, and they do not count for every single man alive, but they're just something to try and give you a better idea or better understanding of what's actually going on in your dog's mind when you take him or her to a field, or to a new place, or even just going out for a walk. They're not trying to go from A to B and then back home again. All of a sudden you've got 2,000 shiny things in front of them, and 2,000 things that smell amazing, and 2,000 things that are so exciting that they haven't seen before, or they haven't seen in a long time. So this is kind of what you're up against. Moving on a bit, if you have shouted your recall cue, which is come, here, in, anything, and after, let's say, the 10th time your dog finally comes back to you, and when he or she gets to you, you scold them, shout at them, punish them, or are typically angry with them, you have then technically devalued yourself in their eyes. And what I mean by that, if I ask you to choose between a salad and a donut, chances are we're going to choose a donut, especially if we haven't had one in a while. Why? Because the salad looks boring, it looks tasteless, it doesn't look very nice. We're going to choose the thing that looks delicious. You are, or you need to try and be, the donut. But every time you scold, punish, shout at your dog, you become the salad. Now, if the salad is in the middle of 20 different donuts, does that mean we have more chance of choosing the salad? Or are we still looking at them donuts? Okay, so this is the other thing. When you and your dog are on a field, and there is, let's say, 10, 15, 20 dogs all playing, having fun, and you are asking your dog to come in, your dog, whether you like it or not, has that choice. Now, do I go home with mum or dad, or do I stay and play with 20 dogs having a great time? Now, if you, like I said, scold, tell off, punish, or even just if you're boring to your dog is always going to choose the 20 other dogs. So it's very important through relationship-based building that you are actually exciting to your dog, and that he should actually want to come to you, because coming to you is more beneficial or more rewarding and satisfying than running off to 20 other dogs. Next point that I want to make as well is also practice. Dogs do practiced behavior. If your dog has constantly ran away from you, then he has constantly practiced running away from you. If you see a dog and wait 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds before actually giving your cue or before asking your dog to do the thing that you would like him to do, then he has that time gap to make up his own mind. And again, if he makes up his own mind in a way that we don't like, then automatically he's a bad boy or she's a bad girl or it's an unwanted behavior. So practice and timing in your practice is key and very important here. Let me know down below if this sounds a bit familiar to you. So you and your dog are walking around the field, off lead, having a nice little sniff, sniff, sniff. All of a sudden, your dog starts to run, and I mean run away from you. Straight away where's he going? What's he doing? Why are you going over there? Oh, there's a dog. Oh, does that sound familiar? Now, I know not everyone's going to have that sort of scenario, and I know in them scenarios, sometimes it can end in a dog fight, whether yours is reactive or theirs is reactive, and other times it can end in pure play and fun. But again, while he was running from you, are you the one saying, where's he going? What's he doing? Why is he doing this? When really that is your time frame to be stepping in and saying, come in, or here, or this way, or anything really. The more and more he runs away from you, or the further he gets from you, the more he is committed and convinced to whatever his plan is, or whatever the issue is on the other side that is distracting him in this moment. That's one of the biggest issues we have. We spend too much time trying to identify first and then control second. We need to reverse that. We need to control first, identify second. If I see my dog looking forward, ears up, highly alert, and potentially beginning to go forward, that's when I step in. I don't need to know what the dog is looking at or what the dog can sense or see in that moment. I just need to make sure I have some type of control over what my dog is feeling or thinking, and I can simply do that by saying come in, sit, stay, and once that's happened, I can now look in that general direction and see what could have been the issue. And let's be honest here, it could be something as simple as a squirrel in a bush, a rabbit in a bush, a bird just hovering around. Dogs find these things fascinating, and if we can't see it, we assume there's nothing wrong until it's too late. They're the things that we need to consider. These are what we are up against when we are trying to do our recall training. The bottom line is practice behavior and making sure that we practice ourselves. So one, we know that if we panic, we're saying something wrong, so we have to make sure we never panic, basically. But two, we practice so that we also have confidence that our dog will listen to us if needed. And I see quite often where dogs will actually do perfect recall with myself during training, but as soon as I pass the lead to mum or dad and I say, can you try and imitate what I've just done, or can you try and copy what I've just done, straight away they get quite tense, quite stiff. And I ask them, why are you getting tense or stiff? Because he might not listen to me. But if you haven't practiced, then you can't expect him to listen to you. How do you know he won't listen to you until you practice? Oh, because in the past we've gone wrong, we've done this, we've done that. Yes, in the past it went wrong because you didn't practice. So we're going to practice in a safe environment. We're going to practice in a safe place where we can have control. And if it does go wrong, we're not going to get angry. We're not going to get cross. We're going to look at that as a learning curve, and we're going to move on. And we're going to keep practicing until we get it right. 5 stages of recall. How often, how long, and what do we do? Okay, so step 1, on lead. That's the more important part of this method. A lot of people, they go from 0 to off lead and it's make or break. We don't want to do make or break. We want to set ourselves and our dogs up to succeed. So on lead, just your normal lead to begin with, and you're going to basically use your dog's name and then the cue you want. So for example, let's say that your dog's name is Bailey. We're going to say Bailey sit, Bailey stay, Bailey come. Now, these are 3 cues that can be very important in the outside world to help you build your confidence, knowing that you have some type of control and that your dog will respond or listen to what you're saying. If you cannot make your dog sit 3 feet from you, then that's what you need to practice. If you cannot make your dog stay 3 feet from you, then that's what you need to practice. And then of course, if your dog does not come when you say come, then automatically your dog is already telling you he has no idea what you want from him. So that's why we use these. And like I said, getting results from using these cues will help give you the confidence that you have multiple types of control. Step 2, long lead, or if you're finally getting confident, dropping the lead. So the lead's still connected. For a lot of dogs, the excitement trigger is unhooking that lead. So we're not going to do that until we feel we have at least some type of control. So long lead or dropping the lead. Again, Bailey sit, Bailey stay, Bailey come. And we're going to build up our distance. We're going to start off from, say, 5 foot. Then we're going to try and make it 10 foot away. Then we're going to try and make it 15 feet away. And this is what we call distance obedience. Now, I know that's quite a blunt or quite a harsh word, distance obedience. But essentially, it is what it is. Will your dog still listen to you 20 feet from you? Will your dog still listen to you and listen to your safety cues 50 feet from you? So we need distance obedience. We need a dog to feel that they need to and would like to do what we ask. Step 3, not essential, but a great game. I like to call it changing location. So the way that I like to explain this is, let's say, Dad, you're holding the lead or the collar and you're standing still. Mum, you walk 15 feet that way. When you get 15 feet, you just turn and you shout, Bailey, come. You can move your arms if you wish, or you can crouch down because some dogs like it when humans kneel. Dad, you then drop the lead, or if it's a retractable lead or some type of heavy lead equipment, you then unhook it. While Bailey is running to Mum, of course, you keep saying come, you keep using some excitement, you keep using something that's going to attract Bailey. Don't be standing there like a robot. Again, if you're the salad, he's gonna choose the donut. So, while Bailey is running to Mum, Dad, you then go 15 feet that way. Once you get to 15 feet and Mum, you have finished giving a lots of fuss, or you finished giving a treat and fuss, Dad, you then shout come. Bailey then starts running to Dad. While Bailey is running to Dad, Mum, you then go 15 feet that way. Again, Dad, finish with your treat and lots of fuss. Mum, shout come. The first thing Bailey's going to do here, he's going to look back here, because that's where Mum was. When he realizes that Mum's no longer there, he's automatically going to go, where is she? And he's just going to turn 15 feet to the right, and he's going to go, found her. Once that found her kicks into play, all of a sudden you've got some of his focus, or you've got some of his attention. And then again, you're going to repeat Bailey come. And again, lots of excitement, wave your arms if you want to, or crouch down and just show happiness, basically. He's then going to feel excitement and go, yes, found her. And he's going to run to her. Again, while Bailey is running to Mum, Dad, you go 15 feet that way. And so on. Now, you can get further and further apart. You can even get the dog running laps around the field, which generally means 15-20 minutes of doing this one exercise. Your dog is happy, training, having fun, and exhausted. Hopefully giving you a few hours of quiet time when you finally do take him home. Step 4. Now you can go straight from step 3 into step 4, and I do find that gives the best results. However, like I said, step 3 is not essential, even if you do it just once a month. It's good practice, it's a good game. Completely off lead now at this point, so don't do step 4 unless you have at least 90% confidence that you have some type of control. And you're literally just going to walk in a straight line. As soon as your dog gets 10-15 feet from you, you're going to 180 turn, Bailey this way, and you're just going to start walking. The turn is very important. If you're facing him and you say this way, try and think what sort of message is he receiving there. He's sort of looking at you going, you're looking at me and you're saying something, but you're not giving me direction. So by turning away and walking the opposite direction, you're basically saying, we are facing this way now. So we're going this way. Again, if he comes and he walks within 3 feet of you, 5 feet of you, praise him. Good boy. Yes, good boy. Keep going straight until he hits the 15-foot mark again. As soon as he reaches 15 feet in front of you, 180 turn, Bailey this way. Now what we're doing here, we are practicing that we actually have off-lead control, because he knows we're not going to chase him. We're not going to try and grab him, and we are walking together. And he is practicing being off-lead and around you knowing that you are together and you're not trying to catch him. Now, you can also bring games into this if you want to, and you can use tug of war, or you can use throwing a ball a little bit, but essentially you just want to practice and have him realize the cue of this way, and he knows that means change direction. Stage 5. Bailey, come in. Now, if you've gone from 2 to 4 and you're now on 5, 5 should still work. Or if you've gone 3, 4, 5, 5 should still work. And what you're going to do now is start communicating every sort of 60 seconds to every 120 seconds. That's the important part for this training. So, you're still doing stage 4, and you're going to mix it up, and you're going to say, Bailey, come in. Treat, fuss, yes, good boy, let him go again. Because if coming to you every single time means home time, you're the salad. Instead, we want him more to check in. That's all we want. Check in with me, and I just want to make sure everything's okay, make sure we're having some fun, and then we can go on our way again. It's fine. So, walking in one direction, he reaches 15 feet. Right, this way, and we turn. The other direction, we reach 15 feet. Bailey, come in. Treat, fuss, then go again. Carry on walking 15 feet. Bailey, this way. So we're now alternating between 4 and 5. Meaning he gets to still enjoy his off-lead freedom. He gets to still explore. But we've now set in certain boundaries, or we're now setting certain rules. Don't go more than 15 feet from me. If I say this way, we change direction. If I say come in, you check in. Apart from that, you can go and have some fun. And guess what? Your dog's actually going to enjoy and love learning this with you. Because instead of it being physical force controlling him, it's relationship bonding that's controlling him, so to speak. He's being obedient because it's beneficial to him. The more I listen to you, the more I get to stay off lead. The more fun I get to have. Now, a bonus stage, if you have got a past of some bad habits, if you've had to play chase sometimes, or if every time you pulled a lead out of your pocket, it's home time, or if you accidentally have some type of signal that you might not be aware of, but you have some type of towel when it's home time, and that's when your dog acts up the most. One of the things you can do is, one, if you're putting the lead in your pocket, don't. Have the lead around your neck, or have the lead in your hand, or have the lead in view at all times. Number 2, it's still stage 6, but what you can do is practice stage 4 and stage 5. Come in this way, come in this way, come in, hook the lead on, walk 15 feet, take the lead off. Continue stage 4 and stage 5. Again, after 2-3 minutes, come in, hook the lead on, walk 10-15 feet, take the lead off. That now changes the message to the lead does not necessarily mean home time and therefore fun's over. It could just mean we are changing location. And that's when your dog will sort of go, I don't mind the lead, where are we going to go next? Other things as well, just to quickly wrap up, is a lot of people say that mid-walk my dog loses focus on me or loses my attention. Now, let me just break this down for you. If your dog has been independently sniffing and having no interaction from you for 5 minutes or longer, that could be whether you are having a conversation with your friends who have joined you on the walk, that could be you're too busy staring at your phone, then your dog has kind of tuned out of you. You are no longer a part or interacting in the off-lead experience. And this comes down to, again, if a dog is too independent, then they have no need to listen to us or watch us or follow us. So we really need to try and make sure that we are interacting in every scenario that our dog's experiencing, in home and out. So, like I said, while training, we are communicating every 60 to 120 seconds. It's really short gaps to make sure your dog has a constant link of communication with you. Once you are more experienced and your dog has now mastered the training, that's when we can then go 3 minutes without saying anything to them, or 4 minutes. I personally wouldn't recommend going any more than 5 minutes without communicating something to your dog. And on top of that, standing still. Again, too busy on your phone, standing still, your dog has no need to keep an eye on you because you're in the exact same place constantly. So it's very important that you keep moving, and that automatically sends a message to your dog that he needs to keep one eye on you at all times, because he might get lost if he doesn't follow where you are. So keep moving and keep communicating. Right guys, please subscribe if you haven't already, Don't forget to give a massive thumbs up if you found this information useful, and I will catch you next time. Thank you for watching.